Welcome to another episode of The American Dream, a show that's unscripted, that combats negative media, commercial-free. If you get anything out of today's show, it's about dreaming big. Let's start the show right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about this show? It's totally unscripted.
So we talk about this show, The American Dream. A big piece of it is how it's a mindset, not a circumstance. I don't know if there's anyone who better illustrates it than a guy named Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a guy who came from nothing. He's built a successful empire that sells books, products, coaching. Overall, just a very inspirational guy. So we're here in Miami and we're sitting in a bank. Now, what you don't know is the bank, actually all this commercial space, Grant just bought it. So we're gonna go meet Grant, we're gonna walk around, show his company culture, get to know his story a little bit better, and then we're gonna go visit his private jet. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and let's check this out. Follow me.
So let me bring you back here, Craig.
Okay.
So this is our e-commerce right here. We'll do about maybe 40 this year.
Snap a few shots and everything.
And so, hey, Ryan Secco, how you doing? Amazing. He's a pilot and works in the real estate. He's moved from phones to pilot to we're going to raise $1 billion in cash for real estate deals. So we bought this building and we're blowing out all the way to that side. I need all the room in it. Yeah, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Hey, so this is the boiler room right here, okay? These guys are making phone calls all day long, cold calls, warm calls, and follow-up calls. Hey, guys, say hi to Craig, will you? That's how we roll, dog. That's how we roll.
Hey, let me get 2 claps to the Ric Flair!
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I'm Kara Kay with The American Dream. I get to meet with Ryan Serhant of $1 Million Listing. It's an exclusive interview and it's one you won't want to miss. Are you ready to cheers to your book and all your success?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we drinking this?
Yeah, I mean,
Are we chugging
I know
it?
nothing about wine. I'm Kara Kay, and today I get to speak with Ryan Serhant. He is here in San Diego promoting his book. We are excited to read it. You do so well in real estate, and you know the power of media and TV. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
With the wine in the wine room.
It couldn't be classier, in my opinion.
I know, this is very classy. I should have worn a tie.
So I know that you know the importance of TV and media. How important do you think that is in real estate today?
I think media is incredibly important in all businesses. I think any business that does anything for marketing in any way, shape, or form is now a media company. I mean, if you're a real estate brokerage like I am in New York City, we don't build the apartments, we don't build the buildings. We're not really real estate brokers, we're media brokers, right? I find different ways to market my properties via media. And so for me, television has been huge, and now we do a lot through the digital space, right? You can see that a lot of networks are going digital. I have a YouTube vlog now, just to try to hit a different viewer base. It's really important.
Sure, I think you, of all people, know the importance of getting exposure to listings, which is why you've gotten into TV and media. Now talk about the transition into how important it is to be social as well as on TV.
Yeah, I think that if you're a salesperson, right, which is what the book is for, is anybody who sells anything, you're really selling yourself, right? You're creating a relationship. You sometimes have to talk about the product. Sometimes you have to go into the price. Sometimes you have to go into the features. You need to have all that information, but that's what you need to do. That's the job, right? Everything else, especially through social media, especially through different forms of media, is building that relationship passively, right? This, you and I talking right now, is an active communication, building a relationship. But I can hit so many more people through social, through YouTube, through LinkedIn articles. People talk about passive income all the time. For salespeople and for a lot of people in our generation, kind of the gig generation, we have passive relationships, our passive income, because those will turn into other sources of work for us down the line, and we just don't even know what they are.
If you are talking to a realtor who really wants to make it tomorrow and in the future, what advice would you give them?
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month, who aren't doing anything on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter, and they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you.
Thank you for watching. Link, subscribe, you know what to do. Oh.
Like and subscribe.
Oh.
Not like and subscribe.
You can't sit there and complain about not having business or sit there and complain about how the market's so tough if you're not actively doing things that are under your control. And what's under your control is putting out media. There's so many different places to absorb content these days, and so many real places to hit real people, to target them directly in your neighborhood, on your block, like that age group. It's all about consistency too, right? It's a really, really important word, and it takes a long time. Like for me, it took me 3 years before I stopped thinking about quitting real estate every day. It was tough. And same thing for social media and all forms of media. Like, you have to be consistent with what you put out there all the time, and that way people know what to look for.
Now, what do you guys think as a team? What does the American dream, I guess, mean to you in your office?
It's freedom of choice to be able to own a home if you want, or rent a home if you want, or to be able to have this job or this opportunity or that opportunity without repercussion other than your own expectations and your own stress that you put on yourself. I really do think that everybody has that thing in their stomach that is trying to get them to that next level in their life that they actually can take control of, but not everybody wants it. And that's the one thing I can't teach. Like, I can teach a lot in the book about how to find what your motivation is, how to find what's going to wake you up every day, how to find what's going to help you make a little bit of extra money every single month, but I can't teach you to want more for yourself. You have to want that on your own. So we're cheersing to the American dream?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that again.
Okay.
So it's like 3
Okay,
cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
To the American dream.
Am I supposed to drink more?
No.
Okay.
How did we do? I am infamously terrible at alcohol.
No, I'm a real dude, and
So where are we? What is this here?
this is the e-commerce department. So we do about 40 million out of here.
Okay, so you do.
Everything: Facebook, Instagram, webinars.
What is the product line?
So the
Coaching.
the product line's everything from 10x hat, $20, cufflinks, to $80,000 program right here. So this is educational. This is what I started with. I was basically educating sales organizations, big companies, like from banks to car dealers, car manufacturers, on how to handle a customer differently. So he's doing a video Skype conference call. Let's go back and see. Hey guys, how's it going, guys?
They can hear you.
What's up, baby?
Hey, you guys are awesome, man. I got my little glow on. How do I look?
You're looking good. You look amazing.
Dave's got a little filter, light filter here.
For that.
Hey, really appreciate you guys. William, Jason, Elliot, Amanda, Lauren, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a customer. Anything we can do to help you guys, let us know, all right? Okay, thank you. So that's how we support our customers through Skype calls, Zoom, video conference. What's up here? This is a stat board. Okay, this is Jeremy's made 110 calls. George Badia's got 2 minutes and 44 seconds, 2 hours and 44 minutes of talk time already.
You guys need anything, let us know in between.
Corey Gill, I don't know where Corey Gill, where you at, Corey Gill? 2 appointments set, man? Did you set them both? Your mom and your uncle.
I'm not doing the power.
Come on, man, come on.
It is always great when I get to introduce to you Sarah Gallegos. She is an award-winning real estate agent with Keller Williams. Always great to have you on the show, Sarah.
It's great to be here, Amy.
Sarah, you always bring in such great information. You're kind of in the know of what's going on with new things in the community and new projects. Today is no different. You have kind of brought a new project to us, the Panasonic Smart City. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, so the Panasonic City Now project is a living lab experiment for smart cities that use renewable energy and infrastructure to ultimately improve people's lives. And it's right here in Denver.
So when is it expected to be done? When's it going to be completed?
Sure. So they started actually in 2016 and it's slated to be completed in 2026. And it's a 400-acre parcel right outside of DIA, right next to Pena Boulevard.
So now the curiosity is, what does this have to offer?
Sure. So this project, and Panasonic's actually partnered with both NRail and Xcel Energy, and some of the things that it's going to offer is going to be free Wi-Fi. There's going to be security cameras. They're going to have smart LED lights. They're going to have pollution sensors. They actually have a solar-powered microgrid system that if there was a power outage, it could sustain the power for 72 hours. And they're also going to have autonomous cars and vehicles. So it's going to be a very interesting project. And one of the things that they're really working on is the smart LED lights are going to have sensors in them, and they're going to be, so CDOT, which is the Colorado Department of Transportation, has partnered with Panasonic, and they're going to be taking 90 miles of I-70, and they're going to be using this new technology. This is going to be the testing ground for this new technology. Things that it's going to help with, and the sensor is going to be used for autonomous cars and cars as well. And what it will be doing is, if you veer outside of your lane, it's going to alert you. It's going to help with navigation, with traffic, accidents, you name it. So it's a very intuitive product.
It really is amazing. I'm sitting here listening to you, and my brain is already saying, wow, 10 years ago, could we have pictured having this kind of a conversation? And now we're having it not as a futuristic, but as a project that's really in the works now. And it's incredible. I'm really excited to follow this, and hopefully our viewers will follow and see how this is going to impact your area there in Denver. It's really remarkable. I know that speaking of remarkable, you also have another great listing for buyers to move into now that probably hopefully have some LED lights and some smart home features. Why don't you share what it's got?
Absolutely. This property it's located at 16787 West 62nd Place, and it's in Arvada. And it's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath home. It backs to a walking trail. It's just over 3,600 square feet. Beautiful home. Really great designer touches to this house. It's a fantastic property, offered at $635,000.
Well, it's incredible. And again, Sarah, my mind is just blown, and I think it's really great what you've just brought to us, and it's going to be fun to track that, watch it, and see how that makes an impact. Thanks for always having the best up-to-date information.
Thank you.
See you soon. You're watching The American Dream. We'll be right back. I am excited to introduce to you the dynamic Lisa Nguyen. She is a broker associate with RE/MAX and always has exciting things going on. Great to see you, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
It's great to see you. We have a lot to talk about. I want to jump right in. I know that you really work with a special niche community. Why don't you share with us some of those special requests that you happen to get with that?
Yeah, so I work largely with the Asian community in Colorado, and one of the special requests that I often get is feng shui request in searching for homes and commercial properties.
Now, a lot of people talk about this. Not everybody fully understands it. So why don't you share a little bit about feng shui and how that pairs in for real estate?
Yeah, so feng shui has to do with the energy that flows within the home. A lot of requests that I'll do kind of just a basic 101 on feng shui. In Vietnamese, we call it feng tui. A lot of people will not purchase homes with fours because when they say it in Chinese, it sounds like death. If you go to hospitals in Korea, they won't have 4 rooms. Or if you actually look at hotels here a lot, you'll see there are not 13th floors. But if you add a 1 and a 3 together, you'll get a 4. So I want to teach everybody how to count the number on their homes. So if you had an address of 7110, for example, you add up all the numbers, 7 plus 1 plus 1 would equal 9. So that's excellent feng shui. So another thing to pay attention to as far as feng shui is the door, which would be the mouth of qi when walking into the home. When you walk in and you see the front door, exit out the back door, a lot of people believe that that's energy just going out of the door, or that would be money in and money out. Or if there was stairs right directly in front of the door, that's also a flow of energy directly out of the door. So a lot of my clientele will not purchase homes with the front door going out of the back door or the stairs right in front of the door.
That's really incredible. Is there any other small tips that you would give to real estate agents just to have a quick awareness of?
Learn how to count the numbers. That's going to be key. I've had agents in New York call me and they say, hey Lisa, I have some Chinese investors and they're asking about numbers and I have no idea what they're talking about. So that's what they're talking about when looking at numbers. So number 4s are bad, number 10s are bad. Some good luck numbers would be 3, 5, 8, and 9.
That's really amazing. I'm so glad that you have brought this to our attention, and I think it's going to allow people to really think of this a different way. And for real estate professionals, even understanding what a client might need, you've brought such a great awareness. Speaking of great things, you happen to be such a dynamo in so many areas, and who you are has really brought a lot of attention. I want to shine the fact that you have been in 7 magazines this year with a couple cover shots. So I just want to give a shout out, and if you can just share with us a couple of those real quick.
Yeah, so the biggest one was Above magazine, so that's the National Remax magazine. I was on the cover of that in April. The cover said, dream it, do it. They shared my story of my parents coming to America with only $20 in their pocket and just kind of talking about that entrepreneurial American dream within that story. But that was such an honor to be on the cover of that, to share my story and to also just talk about the niche market that I work in, because there are a lot of riches and niches, and so if you are able to just specialize in a specific niche, I'd say go for it.
Well, we are so excited to have you a part of the American Dream. What a great example you are to so many. Thanks so much for bringing on this great information today, and also you, who definitely shines. Thank you. We'll be back with more of the American Dream.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
What I love about you, Grant, is that there's a lot of people out there right now, and they're preaching bullshit, right? There's a lot of snake oil salesmen that live online now, and I've followed you, gotten to know you. You really live what you talk about. I mean, 10X isn't just some brand. Like, you're actually someone who invests time, energy, and capital into growth. Where does that inspiration come from? Because it's definitely real, man.
In the beginning, years of me being an entrepreneur, I didn't spend any money. I didn't have any employees. I had a half of an employee. I worked out of my office. I did everything on the cheap.
What year was this?
This is, late 90s.
Okay.
Even for the first 20 years, though, of my career, like if you go back and look at what I was doing, I was a speaker and a consultant on how to grow a business, but I didn't have a business.
Okay.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
Because every time I'm talking to a guy about growing a business, when I went back to my hotel that night, I was just selling time.
Sure.
I was the guy you were describing.
Why do you feel so much more confident today?
I got 115 employees that 30 of them probably will become millionaires.
Wow.
I'm not Facebook. I'm not Amazon. Like, I'm not doing this on the backs of Wall Street. This is now I'm orchestrating a business. This has all happened in the last 8 or 9 years.
Incredible.
Yeah. When you take the lid off of, that's why I'm so passionate about what I talk about. Because when you take the lid off of this idea that you're going to work from home, that's so popular today.
Yep.
You're going to be a consultant or an advertiser or a marketer from your bedroom, and you're going to make millions of dollars. It doesn't matter. You're still not going to be a business.
The online world creates so much opportunity, but there's also so much phoniness to it, right? And I'm in the middle of writing a book right now called American Dream 2.0, and it's talking about the digital age, connectivity, but you can't ignore work ethic and real relationships and building social capital. And I think if you can bring those worlds together, it's probably the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind.
I mean, look, you left San Diego to come to Miami to build your business out. You can't.
You got to get here.
You can't do everything on Facebook and Instagram. There's still got to be somebody putting time and energy and resources in risk. I really admire that about what you guys are doing with American Dream.
Well, and think about that term, the American Dream. A lot of people say it's dead. Right? Yeah. And the moment you stop dreaming, I think, is the moment that you're dead. Tell us what's next for you. So you got a big event coming up, but give us 3, 5, 10 years. Where do you think you go from here?
You know, I have a company that I think I can take to $10 billion. My goal is to build the biggest real estate company, privately held real estate company in the country.
So you're still inspired, still hustling.
Yeah, still excited. We just, just released a book. It was the best release of any book I've ever done by 10 times.
Wow.
And so we're excited about a lot of stuff. I want to make the people that either partner with me or work with me to be, to do as well as I'm doing, if that's possible. And I think it is.
We're really inspiring people, man. As I was driving over here, we're posting, doing the social media thing too, and I can't tell you how many messages I'm getting from people telling me to thank you.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I hope you get that on the day-to-day, but I just want to share that with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having us out here.
Thank you,
a
man.
lot of fun.
Appreciate you, okay? We'll take it up in the air next time.
Yeah, let's do it.
We have got a great segment for you right now. First, I want to introduce you to Susan Bryden. She is a top producing real estate agent in the Denver area with RE/MAX. And today she has brought with her Chris Felton of couplesmoney.com. Chris is an international best-selling author, public speaker. He and his wife Marlo together have also been featured in Forbes, on Fortune, Yahoo Finance, MSN, and much more. And we are so thankful to have him on today as a financial coach. Great to have you both on. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Amy. Thank you.
It is great to talk to you, Susan. Chris, thank you so much for coming on today. First of all, I want to ask you, Susan, what services do you provide to help your clients the most when they're preparing for a move?
Well, our mission is to provide value for both our buyers and our sellers. And part of that is educating them on the market. Also connecting them with valued and trusted referrals. So as an advocate for our clients, we like to connect with others who are top in the field, and that's why I've brought Chris today.
Thanks.
Which, yes, is a great reason why Chris is here. Chris, you are such an expert. You are known for the people that you've helped, the financial advice that you've given. One of the questions I want to start in with is, U.S. is one of the richest nations that there is. Why do we see so many people struggling with money?
Yeah, what we found is there's a lot of information, there's a lot of advice, there's a lot of opportunity, but people's beliefs don't line up. Meaning, when I was young, my dad said rich people are crooks. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm that age, I can't really reject that idea, so I have to kind of accept it. And so you go decades unconsciously not knowing that belief is down there. So it really didn't matter how much money I made. I'd get rid of it. I'd overspend. I'd buy what I shouldn't. Wealthy people get that too. They get that kind of limiting belief programming at a young age, but then they decide to upgrade, question the belief, and then go through the process with coaches, mentoring, systems, seminars to slowly but surely change that belief. And once that belief changes, then they can attract more money into their lives.
So then what is something right now that people could do to make a difference in their finances right now? If you could give, one nugget of advice, what would you say to us?
Yeah, when we started making our change, we were multiple six figures in unsecured debt. We were bleeding money every month. And when you're standing at base camp looking out up at Mount Everest, it's intimidating, right? You get overwhelmed, you get stressed out, and then you shut down and you procrastinate, you avoid, you do all those things. So what I find is people really discount the value of small things. Everyone's got a $5 and $10 a day habit. Mine that I mentioned in the book was my Quiznos habit. It was like $5-10 a day, and I read a book called Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, written by an author named T. Harv Eker. And he had a quote in there that said, "Until you start managing the money you have now well, you will see no more money." Boom, that hit me like a ton of bricks. So when we started taking care of our small dollars, small things cared for, compounded over time, leads to a lot of success. And I think people discount that. So find your $5 and $10 thing and begin to reinvest that someplace else.
That is really powerful, such great information, and I think that we could probably sit here and talk for an hour, that you could give us so much that we need to know, but what a really great way to start. Thank you for coming on and being a part of the American Dream today. Susan, thank you so much for bringing him in, and I hope everybody reaches out to get more information. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the American Dream. We have your Mortgage Minute now with Michael Steller. He is a senior loan originator with Synergy One Lending Bank and also a certified mortgage planner. Great to see you, Michael. What is a certified mortgage planner?
We are certified through the CMPS Institute, CMPS actually stands for Certified Mortgage Planning Specialist. We're actually certified by taking a 15-hour comprehensive class as well as a comprehensive exam afterwards.
So how does this make a difference?
Well, that's a great question. So in taking the course, it actually helps us understand the financial markets a lot better. And that way we're able to actually put together a mortgage to really help the client maximize their tax situation as well as their cash flow.
So what does this look like then from a client's perspective?
We usually sit down and actually have a consultation with the client to go over what they need and whether their financial situation is. And then two, we use a total cost analysis to be able to compare different mortgage products for the client so that they can actually see how those products can impact their cash flow as well as their tax situation. And then third, as a mortgage planner, we really take the time to provide really professional care as well as constant communication and great service for the client. And then lastly, we want to make it a lifetime relationship with the client. And what I mean by that is that we want to take the time to do an annual review with our clients to make sure that the type of mortgage that they're in is actually meeting the needs of their current financial situation.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for that great information, Michael.
You're very welcome, Amy. Thank you for having me on.
So that's all for today's episode of The American Dream. Look, the American Dream is about overcoming adversity or dreaming big. Hope you enjoyed today's show, always combating negative media. Don't forget you can follow us on social media. See you next week.